This case goes back to 2005. And at the time, I was working as an executive coach, and I met Giulio Del Borgo, in a program of leadership development. And so I would like to introduce Giulio, and I would just let him talk about first the experience of being coached, because it was the first experience for him, and then how this relationship evolved in a initiative of cultural transformation, leadership cultural transformation that touched every single person in American Express Italy.
Good morning, thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me, by the way. This lazy has changed my life, sort of. I met Giovanna when I was promoted country manager for Italy. I was looking for my leadership role in my organization. I realized that for me to be part of that type of experience was not sufficient, was not going to be sufficient to actually move the needle in my organization. So I took the opportunity, let's say, of a recent employee value survey of that year, which was a disaster. So I'll give you the facts. I just noticed this morning, the facts. We were having good economic results. The company was going well, very well actually. Yet we had a very bad people result, the worst in the entire international. American Express operates in 22 countries. We were the worst. The importance of investing in the human capital was a word that was given in every single presentation, but our behavior in the organization was totally contradicting. So there was a gap in the employee satisfaction between what the leaders were thinking about themselves and the organization and what the people were saying about the organization and the leaders themselves. A huge gap, which turned into, when we started the program, a complete denial. Leaders were saying, not our problem. We've done everything very good. Actually, we're very satisfied. So we started with, not me, not on my backyard, not my problem.
So let me go by steps. First thing that I asked Giulio to do is to involve the whole leadership team, because without if the program is not owned by the leadership team, there's nothing that a facilitator or a coach can do. So we needed them to own the problem, and they were in complete denial. I shared with him a model that we generally use when we go for transformational initiatives, and this model has 4 quadrants. The first quadrant is the insight. The insight is that what is the alignment, you have heard from today's presentations, what is the alignment between what they really care about as an employee and the change that the organization is asking me to do? So is that meaningful for me? Do I find my realization in it? Because otherwise I will not change anything. The second quadrant is how aligned are the leaders and the organizational values? So can they walk the talk? Can they be role models of the changes that we want to see in the organization? Then the third quadrant is the skills. Do we all have the skills to behave in different ways? And are the process and systems supporting the change that we want to make? We used another tool, not the CTT, but another tool to measure the culture of the leadership. And we show them how they saw themselves and how the rest of the organization saw them. And then we made a comparison with the best practices with the most successful companies in the industry, in the sector. Then the other stages were, first of all, what we call the personal mastery. Is a retreat of 3 days where we take all the management team, and they I think that they had an experience that goes beyond any rational measurement, because they discover themselves as human beings. They went through experiences that made the case for change so meaningful for them that they decided to really
embrace it. The number one lesson was, let's set the playground and make it transparent and clear to everybody. Everybody has the same tool and access to the same information. roles are just purely accidentals. The rules must be, let's say, shared, and every behavior must be consistent with the playground that we have established.
This program resulted 1 year later in the same employee satisfaction survey. It showed up how the results became the best in Europe, moving from the worst in the entire world.
If you look at that, this where the dimension where we improved in a dramatic way, I would say. The employee engagement raised by 10 points, meritocracy by 17 points, people by 16 points, employee development by 9 points. So all this, if you assume that, an increase of 5% is a significant one, we're all very significant, and 14 dimension in the employee satisfaction. 10 out of 14 dimension were at the level that was set, which was a very high level in Amex or above those expectations.